WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cash Matlock. We begin tonight with some big news out of Starkville. I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to sports anchor Courtney Robb. Courtney.
Cash, it's the unthinkable. After 8 years leading Mississippi State women's basketball, Vic Schaefer leaves the Bulldogs to become the head coach at the University of Texas. Texas Athletic Director Chris Del Conte dropping the bomb on Twitter, posting a photo of the entire Schaefer family throwing up the infamous hook 'em. The Longhorns pick up Schaefer just 2 days after firing former 8-year head coach Karen Aston. Although Schaefer is an Austin native, this news came as a complete shock. It wasn't too long ago that Schaefer signed a 4-year extension with Mississippi State. The deal from July of 2018 made Schaefer not only the highest paid coach in the SEC, earning over $1.5 million per year, but also one of the highest paid coaches in women's basketball. Judging by the Twitters of just about every Bulldog on Schaefer's now former roster, not even his players saw this coming. The most common response appeared to be a broken heart. Players such as guard Jemiah Mingo Young, forward Jessica Carter, and many more posting feelings of sadness. The Bulldog season abruptly ended before the program was expected to make a 6th straight appearance in the NCAA tournament under Schaefer. In 8 seasons, Schaefer led the Bulldogs to back-to-back national championship appearances in both 2017 and 2018, while also picking up the program's first SEC title in 2018. Schaefer leaves the Bulldogs with a 221-62 overall record. Cash.
All right, thanks, Courtney. A man is behind bars tonight in connection with a recent shooting in Starkville. Starkville police say Edward Dotson has been charged with attempted murder after a shooting in the city around 9:30 Saturday night. Officers say a fight broke out on East Girard Street and ended with a man being shot. The unidentified victim was flown to a hospital in a nearby city. Police say extra patrol because of the COVID-19 crisis allowed officers to be on the scene making an arrest within 2 minutes of the 911 call. If you have any additional information on this incident, please contact the Starkville Police Department. Breaking news tonight, a Sunday afternoon crash kills 2 in Winston County. The Mississippi Highway Patrol says a 2011 GMC driven by 21-year-old Gerardo Sanchez of Louisville ran off of Highway 15, then crossed back over and flipped. Sanchez and his passenger, 18-year-old Lexi Ann Deese of Noxapater, were both thrown from the truck. Winston County Coroner Scott Gregory pronounced Deese dead on the scene. Sanchez died later at the hospital.
Hopefully you're able to get outside and enjoy some of that nice weather today. Actually, a really nice sunset. This is a view from a drone up in Amory from Dirk Lucas. You see the oranges, yellows, and blues, just about every color in the sky over the lock and dam there. Just an absolutely picture-perfect evening. And that sunset, thanks in part to some of the higher clouds filtering in along this stationary front. Sometimes the clouds can actually help to make for an even better sunset with all the light bouncing around in there. Overnight tonight, temperatures falling down into the low and mid-50s for just about all of us. 57 for the low here in Columbus with some clouds filtering in. I do think we stay dry tonight, but we'll be watching for some showers as we go through the latter portion of the day tomorrow. I'll tell you exactly when we're expecting the rain coming up in just a little bit. Cash.
A developing story out of Oktibbeha County tonight. Coroner Michael Hunt confirms the county's first COVID-19 related death. Hunt says the patient was an 89-year-old woman. This news comes just hours after OCH announced a second patient had tested positive for the virus on Friday. Well, Aberdeen City Hall closes after an employee tests positive for COVID-19. Mayor Maurice Howard took to his Facebook Saturday to announce that a City Hall employee tested positive for the virus and is now in self-isolation. City Hall will be closed for the next 14 days. The mayor says before finding out about the test results, the city was already taking necessary precautions by limiting the number of employees allowed in a workspace at a time. Howard says they cannot release the name of the employee or which office they worked in. The number of people infected with coronavirus in the U.S. has jumped to over 300,000. And in the last 24 hours, another 1,300 people have died. Federal health officials warn this coming week will be even worse. Nicole Killian has the latest from Washington.
Outside Wyckoff Hospital in Brooklyn, there is a makeshift morgue filling up with orange body bags. New York has been the state hardest hit by the coronavirus pandemic, but the governor says over the last few days, the number of deaths has decreased. There are fewer hospitalizations and more coronavirus patients have been discharged.
We could be either very near the apex, or the apex could be a plateau, and we could be on that plateau right now.
But for other states, the numbers continue to rise. New Jersey's governor says the virus has killed more residents than the 9/11 attacks, and federal health officials warn the worst is yet to come.
This is going to be the hardest and the saddest week of most Americans' lives, quite frankly. This is going to be our Pearl Harbor moment, our 9/11 moment, only it's not going to be localized. It's going to be happening all over the country.
President Trump held another meeting with his coronavirus task force Sunday as one of its lead members warned the virus may not go away anytime soon.
Unless we get this globally under control, there's a very good chance that it will assume a seasonal nature, that as we get into next season, we may see the beginning of a resurgence.
He says that's why a vaccine is vital and why people in the 8 states without stay-at-home orders should practice social distancing regardless. In Florida, hundreds of healthy cruise ship passengers began to disembark from the Coral Princess for their journey home. 2 people on the ship had died of the coronavirus, and there are reports that at least one other critically ill person died after arriving into port Saturday. The ship had been denied docking by 3 countries after it was announced that 12 people on board had COVID-19. Nicole Killian, CBS News, the White House.
Governors across the country continue to ask for more healthcare supplies from the dwindling national stockpile. Well, overall crime numbers are dropping in Oxford, but car break-ins are on an upward trend. Now, police have started a social media campaign to encourage residents to make sure their property is safe. Our DeAndrea Turner has more on the story.
Lock your doors, remove valuables from vehicles, and turn on your exterior lights. These are just a few things on the 9 p.m. checklist.
It's a difficult time for a lot of people right now. You know, their life has changed. There's a lot of people that aren't working, and so income's not coming in. The last thing you want is someone to steal your property.
With an increase in auto burglaries and COVID-19 turning many of our lives upside down, Oxford Police Department wanted to include the community in ways to cut down on crime.
You know, we want to make sure we prevent crime, and this is a great way that we can remind people, but also get that engagement.
The 9 p.m. routine campaign is a reminder on social media several nights a week to complete the checklist.
If a burglar comes, it doesn't take long to figure out a routine of a college town. So we have to adjust what we do, and we assumed, and we were right, that when the students leave, those burglars are going to pick up.
But now that the community is involved, they are hoping these measures decrease the crime.
We're watching, and now we've engaged 50,000 other people to help us watch as well. And so we ask our community, hey, if you see something, say something.
As for those committing the crime,
and we're out all hours of the night, and we've got different units that are out watching. We've got unmarked cars out watching. So if you're out doing that, we're going to be there.
The Oxford Police Department started this campaign on April 2nd. Well, you asked and we answered. When we come back, we're rolling out a brand new segment we like to call Weatherwise. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
WCBI News at 10 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Welcome back, everyone. Have you ever had a weather-related question but didn't know how to find the answer? Today, we're introducing a new segment called Weatherwise, dedicated to helping you answer those inquiries. Take a look.
Today on our Weatherwise segment, I want to talk about the 4 ingredients that we need for some active severe weather here in spring. We need moisture, unstable air, lift, and wind shear. Those 4 ingredients can really give rise to big outbreaks this time of year here in the Deep South. We're very close to the Gulf of Mexico, a lot of tropical moisture down there. That likes to flow to the north up into our area, and warm, humid air from the Gulf loves to rise up into the atmosphere, especially if we have cold air coming in on top of it. So warm air loves to rise up. That will produce the clouds, and eventually those clouds will get taller and taller. To enhance the cloud development, maybe a frontal boundary will come into play. A warm front, a cold front, maybe a trough of low pressure. Those kind of things will help to get these storms growing. And to get the storms twisting around, we need wind shear, different wind speeds and direction from the surface up into the atmosphere. And when that happens, those storms start to rotate, twist. We will tend to get severe weather, large hail, at least 1 inch in diameter, damaging wind at least 58 miles per hour or faster, and tornadoes. And we go back to March 24th in Tishomingo County. We got an EF1 tornado. You can see it right here with one of those big storms that developed with all of those ingredients when they all came together here in Mississippi and the Deep South. So if you have a question, we would love to answer it for you. Send it to us at weather@wcbi.com. Also, chime in on Facebook and Twitter. Our handle there at WCBI Weather.
WeatherWise is brought to you by Four County Electric Power Association. Your weather forecast with meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
We've been warm for the last few days, and this stretch of above average weather is going to continue at least for the next few days. Our average high for this time of year, 71 degrees. And we're going to be 10 to 15 degrees above that. 83 for tomorrow, just a little cooler for Tuesday, into the mid 80s on Wednesday before we finally look to cool down by the end of the week. Upper 60s on Friday, back into the 70s for the weekend. But the rain chances are also going to be on the increase. Some rain tomorrow afternoon, better chances for rain on Tuesday. We'll break down the details for that coming up in just a little bit, but let's take a look at what's going on out there right now. Temperature-wise, we're 61 up in Monroe County and Aberdeen, 66 still in Macon, 65 over in Pickens County, and 63 right now in Eupora. We're not going to fall off too much for the rest of the night. Part of that in part two, the lack of cloud cover going to help to keep us fairly cool, just a little bit cooler than we were last night. But notice on the time lapse today, really a lot of sunshine down in Louisville, just a few white puffy clouds out there. Really a beautiful day. Just a few more clouds filtering in as we get into the latter evening hours, and I think that's going to continue. Variably cloudy through the night tonight, not quite as cool. 58 for the low with a light to calm northwesterly wind. Through the day tomorrow, we're going to start off similar to we were today, a mix of sun and clouds in the morning. I do think we see clouds increase through the day, and with that is going to come an increase with the chance for a few sprinkles out there. I don't think it's widespread rainfall, but certainly as we get into the evening and closer to sunset, we will see a few showers out there on radar. Highs in the lower 80s, just a touch warmer than we were today. Let's take a look at that hour by hour. We'll start off at around noon tomorrow. You see just a few clouds out there, most of us sunny at lunchtime for your Monday. As we get a few hours in, we're now at 3 o'clock. Notice just a few showers being pointed there on Futurecast. Notice how most people are not getting rainfall. That's going to be the trend for tomorrow, at least for the next few days. Notice some more showers filtering in here by Monday evening. Still most of us dry by Tuesday morning, and this is when it starts to change. Again, as I mentioned, Tuesday, the best chance for any rainfall. You see the rain moving in by Tuesday morning, especially by Tuesday afternoon and into the evening. Everybody's seeing a good little bit of rainfall. Not a complete washout all day on Tuesday, but it is a pretty safe bet that everyone will get in on at least some rainfall and possibly even a couple of rumbles of thunder. That looks to, for the most part, move out of here by Tuesday afternoon and evening, but still can't rule out a few more showers and storms as we get into past sunset on Tuesday. And this wet trend is going to continue really for the next few days, at least through Thursday, anywhere from a half an inch to closer to an inch in Columbus. Again, not a total washout, but often on showers for sure. Tomorrow, evening showers, as I mentioned, better chances for rain Tuesday, especially in the morning and into the afternoon. Hit or miss showers and storms Wednesday and Thursday. As of right now, looking like we're going to dry out by Friday and into Easter weekend. Still some models painting the potential for some rain. As of right now, we're going on the dry route. We're going to bet on that one. We'll see if we have to make any changes. Temperatures a little bit cooler, down into the 70s for the weekend.
A brand new Mom to Mom is coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Peeling hard-boiled eggs is messy and sometimes annoying. Today on Mom to Mom, we're product testing a new and easier way to get the job done. Take a look.
Have you ever seen those as seen on TV products and ever wondered to yourself, do those actually work? Well, today on Mom to Mom, we're actually going to put some kitchen ones to the test. So we're going to test the Easy Egg. This thing says that it's actually going to peel your eggs for you. We're about to find out if that's true or not. It says to pour water to the fill line. Then it says to add 3 eggs, hard-boiled eggs at that. So we're going to drop these in here. Now it says to shake for 10 seconds. So let's give it a try. I don't see anything peeling. Let's try this again. According to the box, it should have peeled the eggs, but as you can see, it looks like it broke the egg for me. Take 2 on the Easy Egg. So we filled it up to the water line. We're dropping these in here. Stick our lid on and shake. for 10 seconds. So it says you're supposed to shake them and it will peel the eggshell off. However, the eggshells are still on. I'm gonna say this one's a bust. I gave this a big thumbs down. Didn't peel my eggs like I wanted it to. If you happen to have some As Seen on TV products, we would love to hear about them and give them a try. We'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
Fun fact, this is not the first time that our country has faced a toilet paper shortage. We've got the full story coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. It's no secret that stores across the U.S. are struggling to keep certain items on the shelves. One major item right now is toilet paper. But this isn't the first time the nation has faced a shortage in that particular item. Take a look.
They buy it before we put it on the shelf.
I thought because there was going to be a shortage, maybe I would come and stock up, but I see someone beat me to the punch.
Yep, it happened before. A toilet paper scare during the energy crisis of the early 1970s. Former CBS News reporter Sally Quinn covered the story.
Amidst the recent preoccupation with the fuel shortage and the meat shortage, a new gap has appeared in the staples of the American household, the toilet paper shortage.
Filmmaker Brian Gersten made a documentary short about it last year. Yes, before the current toilet paper panic.
You know that people think you're some kind of prophet now.
I am not the Nostradamus of toilet paper shortages.
Here's what happened back in December of 1973.
A congressman from Wisconsin, Harold Froelich, releases a statement saying the next thing we're going to have to worry about is a potential toilet paper shortage. A toilet paper shortage is no laughing matter. It is a problem that will potentially touch every American.
The warning was picked up by late-night king Johnny Carson's writers, who left out the potential part.
There is an acute shortage of toilet paper in the good old United States. We got to quit writing on it.
The false alarm sent Carson's audience of almost 20 million running.
I'm used to being able to go when I want to, but suddenly I think I'm going to have to start curbing my habits.
People all over the country stormed supermarkets, grabbed as much toilet paper as they possibly could.
A month later, CBS News' own Walter Cronkite set the record straight.
The Scott Paper Company, citing panic buying on the retail level, said today it is implementing an allocation system for the national distribution of toilet tissue. A Scott spokesman said unfounded rumors of a shortage has caused excessive demand at retail outlets.
And then Carson issued a clarification of sorts.
All of my life as an entertainer, I don't want to be remembered the man who created a false toilet paper scare. Apparently there is no shortage.
And there is no shortage today, but there is another panic.
When there's uncertainty in the world, people would like to eliminate some of that uncertainty.
Boston University economics professor Jay Zagorski says it's rooted in something called zero-risk bias.
So buying toilet paper or plenty of toilet paper ensures that at least one act in their life is completely taken care of.
So it gives us some degree of reassurance, of certainty?
Reassurance, certainty. You might run out of something else, but at least you have one of the staples that makes most people feel better.
The Ripple is a great way to clean.
Now that's something we can all get behind.
But Arist Masterides of toilet paper manufacturer Kimberly-Clark wants to make clear.
We're working very closely with our retail partners to ensure that we can get that product to the store shelves and so that this temporary shortfall can be corrected.
And here's something to bowl you over. About 90% of toilet paper Americans use is made right here in the USA.
I think the most important message that people should take away is there's actually plenty of toilet paper. There's no need to panic.
A lesson Sally Quinn imparted to our viewers over 45 years ago.
Apparently there's plenty of toilet paper for everybody. It's just that the terror has caused people to hoard, thereby depleting the supply. And all for nothing. Americans, it seems, are just shortage scared about toilet paper and everything else.
Sun and clouds tomorrow, some showers in the afternoon, better rain chances though going to come Tuesday, maybe some lingering on Wednesday and Thursday. As of right now, Friday and the weekend looking dry. We're going to continue to monitor that though, because some models have a little bit more rain. We'll just have to keep an eye on it and see.
All right, well, thank you for that, Trevor. And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.